Alright, so one story here. This is from Storyweaver, which is a free site that hosts open copyright stories from all over. This one is called Too Big, Too Small, published by Pratham Books. It's a level 1, so it's got less than 250 words. It's got 14 pages, including this cover page. Too Big, Too Small. And the author is Lavanya Karthik, and illustrator Lavanya Karthik. And we see a itty bitty bitty kitty, a great big girl, and a great big kitty, and a itty bitty bitty girl. We got orange, stripey, red dots. Alright, let's take a look. Boop. I can't lift you up, Shanu, says Ami. You are too big. Oh, poor Shanu. She wants to be held by her mama. You see, Mama's holding the baby, says Ami. But she's too big to hold her now. I tell you, it's hard to grow up. When you're small enough, you want held, but you're too big for your adults to want to carry you or be able to carry you very long. It's time that comes to us all, I tell you. You can't walk to school alone, Shanu, says Abu. You are too small. Oh, she needs an adult with her. She feels big enough to do it, but he's telling her now she's too small. So she's too big to be held, but she's too small to be alone. Oh, frustrating. You can't sleep in the baby's cot, Shanu, says Dadu. You are too big. And actually, sleeping with babies is one of the more dangerous things for them, because you could roll over and squish them. Oh my goodness. Babies have a hard time learning how to breathe. So, it's important they sleep alone. No stuffies, flat on their back. Kitty Cat's watching this whole thing down. She says, oh my. You can't carry the baby to the park, Shanu, says Daddy. You are too small. Oh, that's rough, huh? Carrying the baby to the park's a long walk, though. Maybe she can go with baby in a stroller. That'd be better. Kitty Cat's watching again. Shanu is puzzled. Too big? Too small? How can she be too big and too small all at once? It is confusing, isn't it? That's because there's a right size for everything. Too big to wear her old pink frock. Too small to play dosa and to make dosas on the stove. The stove is very dangerous because it's very hot and we don't want to cook you. Outgrowing your old clothes, that happens too. Too big to climb on Dadu's back. Too small to carry the baby on hers. Well, and the too small for the baby thing, that's really more, you gotta be able to hold them steady so they don't fall and hurt themselves. Like how the kitty cat's like, wow, just witness all this down. Poor Dadu. Oh, that does not look like a happy face, does it? Look at that hair. That is, he is struggling. She's thinking about it, huh? Looks like the baby's gonna eat her. Oh. What am I the right size for? Shanu wonders. She too big for Kitty? Too little for Kitty, maybe. Ami smiles and says, why, you are just big enough to go to big school. There's the school for her age. Oh, Kitty Cat's playing with the dress. That dress reminds me of Dorothy from Wizard of Oz. That's fun. I forget what they call that. Blue gingham, I think, is the pattern. And you are just small enough for me to carry on my shoulders, says Abu. So she's still small enough that she can be on her daddy's shoulders. Oh, the kitty cat is chasing a butterfly. Happy kitty. You are just big enough to take me for my morning walks, says Daddy. So now she's big enough that she can go for walks with her grandfather and watch the plane do all the loop-de-loops. The kitty cat can walk. And you are just small enough for me to tell stories to, says Daddy. Oh, look at these stories. Animals in the jungle, a ship on a voyage, a blue genie. Looks like a really fancy building. Is it a castle or a mosque? It's hard to say. Looks like a fairy. Oh, the kitty cat's watching too. And you will always be the perfect size for this, I'll say, and give her a warm, wonderful hug. Aww. Always being the right size for your love to be shown, that's just right. It's hard to grow up because there's always going to be something that you're not quite there for. And I tell you, do not rush on growing up, because it's hard to be an adult, but it's hard to be a kid too. Enjoy the good things and learn from the tough things. Thank you so much for listening, and you have a great day.